Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to TEW's 2016 Wild Women of Wrestling. As of right now, ladies and gentlemen, we're still at Wild Superheroes, and I think we're almost closer to Wild Unleashed. And as you can tell, we lost a bit of money here. And I don't know if the reason is because I hire some more talents or what. But as you can tell, Shayna Baszler is off to train for an MMA fight in 54 days. So I'm trying to figure out if I could use her. I think I could, but I don't have any plans right now. But I think what I should do is make her an unstoppable force. But I need to figure out which opponent. And also, if you could tell the thumbnail and the title of this video, we have some other new talents that are also from WWE, but I can't tell you what it is. And even though the thumbnail may have spoiled it, but let's just say they go by different names. And I hope you enjoy this video as much as possible, and we're going to get started with episode number 5. But before I do that, make sure you leave a like, subscribe, and turn on these post notifications so you won't miss a single video that I upload. So with that out of the way, let's start with episode number 5 of Wild Women of Wrestling. Now, the only thing that I'm hoping for is everything goes well. And at the beginning of this show, it does, with a C+ rating. So I put it as a free angle simply because I couldn't come up with an angle that describes what Stephanie's saying. But imagine her saying, this is going to be a new era. And we have 3 signees coming to Wild Women of Wrestling. And it starts right here, right now, in this very ring. And our first newest talent is heading to the ring right now. So that's definitely saying that the newest signee of WOW is already here. And the first one that we're going to witness is up next. We have an E- rating, which is not good, but this is Queen Charlotte, also known as Charlotte Flair. She is making her in-ring debut as the Queen, as royalty. She has this gimmick, which I might have to change that at some point. But we're just going to roll with it as we move on to the next segment. Another E- rating, didn't have much heat, terrible wrestling. But Queen Charlotte defeat Azukar in 6 minutes and 6 seconds by submission with a figure 4 leg lock, which I might have to change that as well. Charlotte was off her game, and right now she gets a solid E in her in-ring performances, followed by Azukar with E-. However, this match got the crowd hotter, and the intense physicality of the match was too much for some of the fans. There's no work in improvements whatsoever. What a shame. Then we got a solid F, which is not great, but it started the storyline called All Hail Queen Charlotte. Basically, I think Queen Charlotte is getting better at her gimmick, so I don't know. So Azukar is recovering the ring after her loss. Queen Charlotte ends up attacking Azukar just to prove everyone's point. But then Goddess Moon, also known as Ember Moon, runs in to make the save, and this starts the storyline. And the Goddess Moon has debuted her Young Lion gimmick. And I don't remember if this is her actual debut or something. But nevertheless, not a very good segment so far. But this one right here, we have a solid D, as Cherry is managing I'm trying to say Barbie Roberts. And the reason why I made Kelly as Barbie is because, well, I figured that I'm trying to imagine her gimmick as some sort of like, everyone's fan favorite, doll girl or something along these lines, and Cherry comes out and introduces her new client or her new best friend, Barbie. Barbie comes out and then they play to the crowd. So Cherry has debuted, this is her first debut, the old school ballet gimmick, and Cherry's getting better at her gimmick. As for Barbie, she got the girl next door gimmick, and it has a very good rating, so good job. So let's see what's next. An E+. It has decent reaction from the crowd, but subpar wrestling. E+ is not good for me, but I'll take anything than just an F. Barbie defeats Scarlett, which is her debut as well. A lot of debuts so far. In 7 minutes and 46 seconds by pinfall with a spinning heel kick. And I might have to change it to something that has something to do with Barbie. So Scarlett debuts the Diva gimmick, which I need to change it to something else. This match got the crowd hotter, and a solid D for Barbie's in-ring performance, followed by Scarlett with an F+. And we got some work and improvements, which is performance skills from Barbie, and Scarlett gets the flying skills improved. Alright, so let's move on to our next segment. With a solid E that started the storyline, Barbie Roberts has recovered and waves the crowd, so happy that she won the match. And then all of a sudden, Frost is like attacking Barbie aggressively, beat her down right into the mat. And we don't know exactly why, but we're about to find out sooner rather than later. But this started the storyline, which is Popular Girl. So Barbie is like a popular doll toy, and she is most likely the popular girl, and at this point. So, yeah. Anyways, let's move along. With a solid E, which is an extremely short match, Mickie James defeated Lacey Evans by 5 minutes and 12 seconds by pinfall with a Lori DDT. I don't know if that's how you pronounce it. Mickey's getting better at her gimmick, but she's off her game. E+ for Mickie, E- for Lacey, and no work and improvements at this time. With an F+, which lost heat, which is very unfortunate. But the purpose of this angle is that Mickie James wins the match, but then she gets attacked by these security guards or security people from Lana Star. They ganged up on her, and then Lana Star had the audacity to spray paint her back that said something very, very rude, which is like something that could make her feel like she... Remember that terrible segment in WWE where Michelle McCool was mocking Mickie James about her weight? Well, that's technically what Lana Star was doing, except instead of her weight issues, it's her age. And I think that's really sad. But I can imagine the commentaries like how disgustingly low Lana Star could be. And that's what Dave McClain would say. D- that gained heat, the Popular Girl storyline. Frost came in, this is the freestyle segment. Frost does a promo backstage saying, I cannot stand this Barbie-looking doll princess. So, at this moment forward, I am going to put her in her place. And it starts by snatching the weave out of her head and Wiles Unleash. Oh my goodness. So, that's technically what this leads to. This leads to a match between Barbie and Frost, which is the storyline that I was trying to make at this point. And I don't know if it's going to be good, but we're just going to have to wait and see. I'm trying to get as much matches as possible. So let's move forward. With an F+, terrible wrestling, non-existent crowd heat, which is really sad. Fire defeated Emma in 5 minutes and 7 seconds by pinfall with a Face the Music. Fire debuts her old school face gimmick, and it's got a great rating and stuff. Emma's debut once again. We have another debut and stuff like that. Let's see. The color commentator gave this match a boost. Too much physicality and all that. F+ for Fire, F+ for Emma. And we got one working improvement, which Emma is improving in performance skills. So, yay. With an E-, after the match, Fire recovers. She is so happy that she beat Emma, but then she gets attacked with a baseball bat by none other than Harley Q. You may know her as Alexa Bliss, but in WLW, she is Harley Q, which is technically Harley Quinn, but I decided to put the Q instead of the full last name. She's sort of like the Harley Quinn of Wild Women of Wrestling, but it started the storyline, which is Little Miss Harley instead of Little Miss Bliss. She makes her debut as the arrogant gimmick, which I should change that into the other gimmick, but it has an E-. But with a solid E, this is the main event. Didn't have much heat, terrible wrestling. This is the last of semi or quarterfinals for this tournament of the tag team championships and stuff. American Girls defeat Rejected in 6 minutes and 25 seconds when Amber O'Neil defeated Razor by submission with a Hollyberry. I don't know if that's how you pronounce it. But Spike and Razor are not suited to their gimmick, which is really a shame. Let's see. Santana Garrett gets a solid E along with Amber O'Neil in in-ring performances, while Razor and Spike gets an E-. But it advances the storyline, and there's no work in improvements. With an F+, which lost heat, very unfortunate, the show ends with a graphics card that showed that the American Girls will be facing Cage Heat in Wiles Unleash. I wonder if I already put that in the books. Yes, I did. Okay. So now the show has ended. So let's see what the score is. A D-. The crowd is disappointed they didn't get too many matches and all that kind of stuff. But this show does increase popularity in 45 regions. So I would say no worries, but I really need to make some money and stuff. But regardless of that, I would say that Stephanie might have saved the show because she is well known at this point. Along with some others, but I think the D1 with Cherry introducing Barbie helped. The one with Frost saying some crazy stuff a bunch of nonsense about Barbie and all that stuff. It's very hard to explain, but I come up with this idea because I was planning to hire more talent and stuff like that. But I better wrap this up before I go any longer. But thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this content, please leave a like and subscribe. Turn on these notifications so you won't miss a single upload. And until then, I'll see you all in the next episode.